Hello, welcome to our training. This is Team Jedis, where joint efforts deliver incredible success. So yes, that's right. Doesn't matter what team you're on, what organization you're in, we're one big family, one big team here at Ambit Energy, where joint efforts deliver incredible success. We're going to be talking about getting started in Japan, how to build your business in Japan as a new consultant getting started in Japan. First, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Executive Consultant Sherelle Slace. I built this business with my husband, Raheem Slace. I've been building the business now for 5 years. It was introduced to me by my father, and it's just been an absolutely phenomenal ride over the last 5 years. And I've had the privilege of being able to stay home with my full-time with my children. You see them in the picture there. That's our family of 5. You've got Carter right there on the left. He's 7 years old. And Parker, he's 5 years old. And then my daughter, she's 3 years old. Her name is Tandria. We affectionately call her Tess. So that's our family. And you know what? That's our why. That's the reason why we're building this business. Those 3 children are everything to us. And the more time that I can spend with them, the better. And I'm so happy to say that I am a full-time mom. I work professionally in Ambit Energy part-time, but I'm able to spend the day how I want to spend it with my children, with my family. I'm really also very proud to say that my husband, who's a partner of mine in this business, does most of the legwork at home. So I can be here in Japan, where I've been building a business in Ambit Energy and helping new consultants get started in our business. Now, a little background about us. We have won some corporate awards and received some recognition. Just through hard work over the last 5 years, we've been featured in the Success from Home magazine, where our whole family is there, and there's a really nice article on the inside of that magazine that talks about our why and what it took to actually get to the executive level top position in Ambit Energy. We're standing outside of our home there. And then over to the right, last year we received the Pure Energy Award, which was a corporate award. That was a nice surprise when that happened. And was selected to speak on stage at Ambition, our annual conference, and I'm also a 5-star club winner. So we've had a lot of great awards and recognition that have occurred over the last 5 years, and part of the reason why is because we needed to have strong posture to have success in this business, and that's really where I want to start tonight. And that's around who you are and how you appear to others that are in this business with you. Do you have strong posture in your Ambit Energy business? You've got to have that, because we are in a business that has the perfect product. And it's the perfect product because it's electricity, it's natural gas, it's solar energy. What makes it perfect is that everybody uses it. Right? It's not really a product. It's actually a service that everybody has to have, got to have. They'd be mad if they didn't have it. We're in an expanding industry, you all. This is energy deregulation. Energy deregulation is a world phenomenon. It's going to continue over the next 20 or so years. So the timing is absolutely perfect as far as countries that are deregulating right now. The United States is deregulated. There are parts of Europe that are deregulated. Canada is deregulated. I understand Australia and New Zealand are deregulated. Mexico is going through deregulation. And, of course, Japan just deregulated last year, April. So this is the right company. It's Ambit Energy. Ambit Energy has been in business now for 10 years. We are a billion-dollar business. We've had record-breaking growth in the United States with over 1.3 million customers over the last 10 years. And what's exciting about this $1 billion company is we get a portion of that revenue in the form of commissions. Ambit paid out over $150 million in commissions just last year to everyday people like myself, and soon to be you as well as new consultants. So we do have a very strong compensation plan, and we have a proven system for success. So have strong posture. Know that you are in the right product, you have the right product, best industry, perfect timing, right company, great compensation plan, and an absolutely proven system to help you grow your business and grow it all the way to the top. So walk around confidently knowing that. Ambit Energy, as I mentioned, exceeded $1.3 billion in revenue, and our market opportunity in the United States is where the business began, with over $116 billion available to everyday customers and 71 million customers in the orange states, and today we have a less than 3% market share in the 17 states that we're in Ambit Energy. But here's the exciting part, and this is the reason why we're together right now. It's because of the market opportunity that exists in Japan. 84 million potential customers are in Japan. That adds up from a revenue standpoint to 8 trillion yen in potential revenue that's available. Because of the deregulation of electricity last year, customers have the right to choose where to get a lesser expensive service from and a better quality of experience through customer service from. And so we've got all of the prefectures, every area in Japan that you see that's highlighted in this chart, as well as you see Hokkaido is highlighted. Every island of Japan is a part of this deregulation except for Okinawa. So that's a lot of opportunity that's available. And as of May the 24th, Ambit Energy launched this market so that we can go and enroll these customers that are looking for lesser expensive service. So let's talk about our proven system. I want to make certain that everyone has a really great start to their Ambit Energy business in Japan. And to be able to do that, you got to take at least one step back and determine what your why is. You got to define why you started this business in the first place. When the person who invited you to take a look at the video or invited you to come to a live meeting, or maybe they invited you to take a look at the opportunity on a live webinar, what were you looking for, right? Were you looking for independence as it comes, as it relates to your time? Were you looking for a way to spend or find more time away from work so that you can do some of the things that you like to do? Were you looking for a way to create more time in your life so that you can spend time with your family and your children like me? Like, what exactly are you looking for? Are you looking for a way to pay off debt, or maybe create a savings account for yourself or for your kids? Whatever that why is, I want you to write it down, okay? Write it down and emotionally connect to that why, because that's going to be the very thing that's going to drive you every day to get up and start finding and carving out time to build a business of your own. You're an entrepreneur now, and we've got to be fueled to be able to move and build our business. No one's telling us when to wake up and go to work. So we've got to find something that's going to allow us to do that. And I think that's where the vision board comes into play. It's very helpful. If you create a vision board, just get a cardboard or a poster board from the store, and grab some magazines that have some really nice visual pictures in there where you can flip through it and passionately get excited about some of the pictures that you see. And if there's something in that magazine that triggers excitement or, creates some emotion for you, it's probably something that you ought to cut out and put on your poster board. So I have a vision board at home. In the United States. By the way, I live in Chicago, but in my office in Chicago, I have a vision board that sits across my desk so that I see it every single day. And there are things that I really want in my life immediately and in the long term that I'd like to see come to fruition through this business. So I want you to create your own vision board of where you see yourself in the next year, in the next 5 years. What is it that you want to attract into your life? And I want you to post it somewhere that you can see it every single day, because you will receive what you focus on. Now let's talk about the written list. The written list is the second step in our proven system. You got to have a written list of people that you know that you've met in your lifetime. Now, this written list is your inventory, right? We're in the people business. We are network marketing professionals. And in the people business, you've got to have an inventory of those people. And if you don't have an inventory of people in your life that you've met, then you don't have a business, okay? So you got to create a list of everyone that you know, literally friends, family, colleagues, business owners, everyone that you've ever met, everyone that you will meet. Put them on a piece of paper. Get them out of your phone. That's not a list, okay? Your list needs to be on paper. Take them out of your phone, all those names you got in your contacts in your phone. Take them out. Facebook, go through all those thousands of friends that you have. Get them off of Facebook. Get it out of line. Instagram, LinkedIn. Put it on a piece of paper, okay? If it's not on a piece of paper, your written list does not exist. And I do not want you to prejudge anyone, okay? Because you don't know who's going to be a consultant. You don't know who's going to be a customer. You won't know until you actually start showing them the opportunity, okay? So don't prejudge anyone. There's a time to do that. And that brings me to the next slide. I want you to take a look at your entire list and start with at least 100 names, okay? I always challenge people and say 200 names, but let's just start with 100 names. I want you to list them all out on that piece of paper and begin to prioritize that list based on a 5-star checklist. So, business-minded. Is the person business-minded? That would be 1 star. Is the person money-motivated? You know, are they motivated by money? That's another star. Is this person cash liquid? If you've showed them an opportunity that will cost them 10,000 yen, would they have access to 10,000 yen or know where to get it? Would this person do you a favor? Right? So is this a good friend that if you ask them to take a look at a video, they would ask no questions, they'd look at it? And does this person have influence? Okay, that's 5 criteria that I want you to prioritize your list against. Business-minded, money-motivated, cash liquid, favor, and influence. If the person meets all 5 of those criteria, they would be considered a 5-star person. If they meet 3 stars of the criteria, that's considered a 3-star person. You're looking for 5 and 4-star people in your business. And yes, you're going to have some people in your business that are 0 stars. But don't worry, we've just prioritized our list. We're going to show the 5-star and the 4-star and the 3-star people first. Then we go to the 2-star and the 1-star, and even the 0-star people are going to take a look at the opportunity. So this is a way, since you didn't prejudge the list, this is how you're going to prioritize your list and how you're going to approach people in the sense of the order in which you show them the opportunity. I want you to have a very organized system, okay? This is a proven system. You are a business owner now, so you got to get really good at being organized. Be a list builder. Every time you go out to the store and you meet someone, or you go have coffee with a group of friends and there's a new friend there that's sitting there that you're meeting for the first time, add them to your list, okay? Put a little description of who they are as far as their relationship to you on the piece of paper, and ask for their phone number, okay? And track your progress as you are meeting these people and showing them the opportunity. So the tool I have in front of you is an actual written list. It's a blank written list because I have written list templates for everybody that's listening to this call. I'm going to make it available to you at our website, which I will display at the end of this call. So it has a list. It's actually a blank list where there's 1,000 lines on there. So yes, challenge yourself to get to at least 1,000 people. I've got about 1,600 on my written list. So I'd like to see you populate this list all the way to 1,000. But again, we're going to start with at least 100. And then you're going to track your progress over to the right there where you see the colors as to whether they're a customer or a consultant, whether you showed them the opportunity, and did you do a 3-way call with them. It'll totally track everything that you do, okay? So be organized. So now let's talk about the 3rd step in the proven system. Now that you know your why, you've got your written list, it's prioritized, now it's time to get paid and to start building the business. Remember, we get paid for doing 2 things in this business. We gather a handful of loyal customers, people you know, love, and trust, right? And then you teach other people to do the same thing. So let's first talk about gathering a handful of loyal customers. And how do you do that? Well, first, if you live in an area where you can be an electricity customer in Japan, you become your own first customer, right? So that's one of the 3 customer requirements that you'll need to trigger your first 5,000 yen. 5,000 yen is what you'll receive for enrolling 3 customers. You being your first customer will help you get to that goal. So after you enroll yourself as your own customer, tell your family and your friends your why and ask them to support you, right? You want people to support you. So you're looking for people that'll do you a favor. And typically people that will support you are the same people that you've probably gone out of your way to support. And so those are the people that you're looking for. And usually it's a really close friend, a family member. Those are usually people that will support you. So ask those people first, but you got to tell them why you're doing the business and ask them to be your customer as a way to support your why. Okay? People are not going to be your customer because of the savings. They're more interested in what it is that you're trying to accomplish in your life to live a better life, and they're more willing to support that. Okay? So tell them you're counting on them to try the service, since you only need a handful of customers to promote and earn more income to support your why. So gathering those, I just noticed that the young lady changed. So gathering a handful of loyal customers, let me skip this slide. I have an extra slide in there. After you gather a handful of loyal customers, people you know, love, and trust, you're going to teach other people to do the exact same thing, right? So you're going to bring in the gentleman over to the right on the screen, and you're going to help him get his 3 customers as well. Now, how are you going to get these customers? Here's a script that you can use, and this is your opening statement when you make a phone call or you're just sitting on a bench talking to a friend. You're going to ask, and you're going to say to them as an opening, hey, Jessica, I'm working on a project to make some extra money because I need to pay off some of the debt that I've accumulated over the years. So that's one script that you can use. Another script you could use is, hey, Jessica, I'm reaching out to you first because you've always supported me, right? So that's another opening you could use. Another script you could use is, Jessica, would you support me in my new business if it didn't cost you anything? Okay, so these are some opening statements that you can use to begin the conversation. Then you got to put out the request. Now, let's hope Jessica says, of course I would support you if you're trying something new, right? Or she's saying, well, what's going on? What do you got? This is where I want you to make your request. When she says yes, I want you to say, great, my business helps people save money on their energy bill. Or you could say, great, I need to take a look at your energy bill. Do you have one at your house? Right? So you're actually making the request. Another thing you could say is, hey, Jessica, you can send it by phone or email, your bill, or can I come to your house to see it? Okay, so you got to make certain you make the request. And then the close would be, if she says yes, of course you can come over to the house and take a look at my bill. The close would be, okay, it looks like, because you're looking at the bill now, you're going to say, okay, it looks like I can save you some money with my company. Will you be my customer? Okay, that's your closing. Or you're going to say, hey, Jessica, if it won't inconvenience you and it won't cost you anything, it will even save you some money, and it's important to me, will you support my business by becoming my customer? Okay, so those are a few scripts that I just went through, and I know I went through them very fast, but there'll be a recording, so you'll be able to look back at it later. But those are the questions that you can use, or some of the scripts that you can use to gather a customer. The thing you got to remember is that we're looking for loyal customers, people you know, love, and trust. So there's no reason to get nervous when you actually go talk and get a customer. You become very passionate about your why. Get behind your why to fuel you when you're having this conversation with your close family and friends. Let them know why you're building the business. Tell them that it's important to you. Let them know it's not going to change anything they're already doing. It won't risk them. It won't risk anything. It won't cost them anything, and it's important to you. and then again, end with the close and say, will you support my business by becoming a customer? You all, the sales approach does not work, okay? So what you're hearing is me saying, don't do sales, okay? No sales approach. You want to become their consultant. And that's why we're called consultants in the business. We are in place to advise and coach customers and consultants into our business. You see, the sales process is not natural, right? It's not natural. It feels very forced. It's very uncomfortable. And customers likely, if you're selling them on the rates and talking about the rates, the customer is going to want to know all the details. They're going to ask a million questions. Well, how does the bill work? Well, what's on my bill? Well, how much am I going to save every month? And what do I do with this? And what do I do with that? The closer you can stay away from talking about rates and take the approach of asking for support or asking for the favor, the better off you're going to be. You don't want your customers to start shopping around for other options because you brought up rates and savings, because that's when they're going to leave you for another company. So don't put them in the mindset of rates, okay? Take the relationship approach. Become completely natural. Okay, it actually feels good to help friends save money because that's what we do. So be very natural in the relationship. Customers will not think about the details at all because they're just not necessary if this is free, right? The customer will not care about whether other options are available, and the customer will not leave you for an advertisement. So always take the relationship approach because remember, we gather loyal customers based on relationships. So always take the relationship approach. Now, here's the big question. I hear this all the time. Where am I going to get my customers from? I don't know that many people that would support me and do me a favor. Well, let me tell you, energy deregulation just began in Japan. I mentioned earlier that the deregulation of electricity happened a year ago in April, okay? So the market opportunity is 84 million customer accounts. That's how many customer accounts are out there right now where people are looking to save money. So can you get 3 customers out of 84 million customer accounts? Can you get 20 customers, which is the minimum amount that Ambit tells you to get to maximize our compensation plan? Can you get 20 customers out of 84 million customer accounts? I think the answer to that is yes. Okay? So now why haven't customers upgraded yet, right? So we know that energy deregulation happened a year ago, and a lot of people don't understand what's happening in the marketplace. And again, that's why I'm telling you, you become their consultant. A lot of customers haven't upgraded yet because they don't know that they can. They have no idea that they have the right to choose a lesser expensive service, and they just don't get it. You know, they're afraid that there's going to be some service interruption. They're thinking that they're going to get new meters or new wires that are going to come into their home. They think it's a completely complicated process to be able to make this upgrade. And some people just feel like there's too many options to choose from. You know, there's about 250 newly approved retailers that came to Japan just in the last 2 months. And perhaps customers are even getting inundated with all of these different options. So they're totally confused. What options should they choose? I want to let you know that if they knew that you were in the energy business and they knew your why, perhaps if they received a recommendation from a friend, they'd feel a little bit more comfortable about choosing the upgrade in service from you. So make certain that you inform your family and friends. Let them know there's not going to be any interruption of service. In fact, there's a satisfaction guarantee that Ambit Energy offers, where what they say is during the upgrade process, if for some reason the electricity gets disconnected, they will refund you that month's amount of service. So that satisfaction is guaranteed. The enrollment process to enroll a customer is literally a 5-minute process to do. Just a few items off the bill is what's needed to enroll a customer. Show them the great savings offering that you have, which is a guaranteed savings here in Japan. Help them feel very comfortable with your recommendation by understanding what we have to offer them as a customer. In Japan, we're offering guaranteed savings. You all, the competition is not doing that. Ambit Energy is saying that we'll guarantee your savings with a month-to-month variable rate that saves customers at least 1%. And over that 12-month period, now remember, the customer has to be on the Ambit Energy Guaranteed Savings Program for 12 months at least in order to receive that 1% guarantee. But Ambit Energy expects that the savings is going to be upwards of about 5 or 7%. Basically, you know, we promise 1% so that we can deliver more and make happy customers. So we're expecting the percentage savings to be higher, but they've got to be on the plan for 12 months. And what the Japanese customer is going to receive is an energy bill from Ambit, right? So they're not going to get a bill from Kansai or Kyushu or TEPCO any longer. The actual delivery charges and the supply charges is going to be on one single bill, an Ambit Energy bill. And in the top right-hand corner, it's going to say what the savings will be every single month. So complete transparency to our customers. Make certain once your customer says yes to being your customer, you get a copy of that person's bill, because on the bill is the supply point number. That's the number you're going to need in order to enroll a customer account into the system. It is a 22-digit number. Some of the bills also have a customer number. Make certain you get that number, and that number tends to be 19 digits long, okay? So if you receive a copy of a Japanese customer's bill and it's missing the supply point number or it's missing the customer number, all you have to do is ask the customer to either, one, get the other half of the bill, because their invoice comes in two sections that can be torn off. So get the other side of the bill, which actually has that information, or have them call the delivery company and get their supply point number and or their customer number, okay? Because you need that information to input the customer information and the data off the bill into the system. Other data points you're going to need is the full name, the surname, and the first name of the customer as it's written on the bill. It has to be exactly the way that it's written on the bill and put it into the system. You need the service address listed exactly the way it's written on the bill. Again, you need the supply point number and the customer number. You need the best phone number that the customer can be reached at, okay? Because in about a month, there's going to be a welcome call that Ambit Energy customer service is going to give to the new customer, as well as a verification, or I should call it an authorization call, to confirm that the customer did indeed agree to be an Ambit Energy customer. So you want to put their best phone number in the system. You got to put their birth date on there. The reason for the birth date is because that's what the delivery company uses to ensure there's a match of data from what you enter into Ambit Energy system and what Ambit Energy sends over to the incumbent system, so that there's a match. And then you need an email, because some people are going to elect to have a paperless bill, and an email needs to go to that customer, or that is the primary way that Ambit Energy communicates with its customers, is through email. So make certain that your customer registers an email address into the customer enrollment form. You will sometimes find customers that do not have emails. That's usually true with older customers. They don't have emails. You will need to set an email up for them. They're free. Yahoo accounts and Gmail accounts are free, so make certain that you get them an email so that they can enroll themselves, okay? Now, that you have that information, you're going to take the customer through the simple customer enrollment process. And you all, it's really quite simple. It shouldn't take any longer than 15 minutes. Generally speaking, I enrolled a customer yesterday. It took me 5 minutes to do, okay? I'm really familiar with doing it, so that's probably why it was so fast. But 10 to 15 minutes, that's probably all it's going to take you to do to enroll a customer. This is what a screenshot, I took a screenshot of what the customer enrollment form looks like in Japan. Very simple. You see you've got fields there that you need to fill out. If you look over on the left, that's actually my personal website. You see my name, Sherellen Rahim Slace. I've got my picture there. By the way, I do recommend you put your picture in your back office through PowerZone so it shows up on all of your web tools. This way the customer and you can easily identify your own web tools by your picture without having to read anything. It's very important to check that before you put any customer information in, because you want to make certain that the customers you gather are loaded into your business personally so that you can get paid on those customers. So when you're inputting the postal code, you see I've got that in there. It's hard to see, but it says 810-0074. If it's an acceptable postal code in Japan, a green box is going to pop up, as you see, that says residential, and the one to the right says commercial in Japanese. Well, this particular customer was a residential customer, and so I selected the green box, and then down below there's another green box that says next. It prompts me to go from one screen to the next. Very simple process. And you just continue to follow the prompts all the way to the end of the screen. If you find that you can't move on to the next step, the reason why is because something was entered wrong. The system is not accepting it. And you will know because that little green box, which is always at the bottom right-hand corner, will turn green when everything's entered correctly, and it won't turn green when data is not entered correctly, okay? Now, right there in my bullet, I'm telling you to enroll the customer on your personal website. Your personal website is your handle that you created when you first joined the business. It's some nickname you came up with, .myambit.jp. That's where you're going to go for your customer enrollment site. And on there, you're going to see something that says Join Ambit. So you're going to hit Join Ambit, and then it'll say Becoming a Customer, Sign Up a Customer, and it's a green button. And you're just going to select that green button, and it'll take you to the two forms that you see in front of you. It is a very simple customer enrollment process. So after you enroll your first 3 customers and you get your first 5,000 yen commission paid to you, which is your first Jumpstart bonus, the next step in our proven system is to get your team paid. Because remember, what did I say? We do 2 things in this business. We gather a handful of customers, people that you know, love, and trust, and we help other people do the same thing. The way that we get other people to duplicate what we just did to become a consultant is we make an invitation. Making an invitation for a prospect off of your written list to take a look, it needs to be a brief invitation. Your invitation to look at the business should not be more than 30 seconds. 30 seconds max, okay? So it's literally just making that phone call and setting that appointment, okay? You're going to say something like, I offered you 3 scripts here. You're going to say something like, hey, Jessica, this is just a quick call. Am I calling you at a bad time? Jessica's going to say, well, I got a few minutes. And you say, okay, great. I'm working on a project to make some extra money because I'm in debt and I want to pay off some of my credit cards. And I found a great way to be able to make some extra money. That's a start of an invitation. Okay. Another thing you could say is, hey, Jessica, am I calling you at a bad time? No, Sherelle, what's going on? Listen, I started a new business. I'm really excited about it, and I thought about you because you just last week were talking about wanting to leave your business. Okay? That's the beginning, or your job, I should say. You thought, you were just talking about leaving your business, or you were talking last week about leaving your job, okay? That's the beginning of an invitation. Additionally, you could say, hey, Jessica, I'm working on a project to make some extra money because I'm trying to pay off some debt. I was wondering, if I were to send you a 7-minute video, would you make the time to take a look at it? Okay, that's another script. If you notice, I didn't mention anything about Ambit Energy. I didn't say anything about the company. I didn't say there's electricity business, XYZ, or anything like this. I made the invitation very brief, okay? So make that invitation brief. Don't spend a whole bunch of time, carrying on and, talking about, the 25 yen we earn and the residual income and all those things. You don't have to do all of that. The tools will actually do that for you. I just want you to make a very brief invitation. I had a call with one of our new consultants in Japan the other day, and she mentioned to me, I'm extremely busy and my friends are extremely busy. We work a whole lot of hours. I'm not certain how to go about asking a person to take a look at my video because it just seems like it's going to take a lot of time. So I'm hoping that this 30-second script that I just gave you will give you some insight on how you might be able to keep your invitation brief, okay? Now, let's go to the next step. The next step is the presentation. We're separating the invitation from the presentation, okay? I want you to use your tools and let the presentation explain the business. I don't want you to explain the business. I want the tools to explain the business. And the reason why I'm coaching you to do it this way is because we're in the business of building a distribution network of duplication. We're a monkey see, monkey do business, okay? So the easier and the simpler that you can keep the introduction of this business to people, the quicker your organization is going to duplicate and grow and the more money you're going to make. All right, so use your tools. One of your tools is your personal website. Again, it's your web handle, okay, your handle that you came up with when you enrolled in the business, .myambit.jp. Okay, that's your Japanese personal website. And on that website, there's a video, and it's a prospecting video. It's 7 minutes long. It is phenomenal. It's in Japanese, and it's translated in English. You can also, actually, I think that's the way, it's in Japanese, translated in English, and then you can also change it to English. So that is the video platform that you're going to use to introduce the business. Below the 7-minute video, there are 2 other videos that talk about getting paid as a consultant, and it also talks about the story behind Ambit and our leadership and how Jerry and Chris met. Okay, so that is your video tool, and that is actually a part of your business. You purchased that. Or in Japan, if you came in during open enrollment, it came free to you during open enrollment. So use your tools. The other tool you can use are webinars. We're going to be having webinars that are scheduled regularly where it'll be the full business presentation that you can invite people to participate on and hear about the opportunity in a 30-minute webinar. And then, of course, we've got the live meetings. Currently, there are live weekly meetings that happen in Tokyo and in Osaka. And we've got one that's starting up in Nagoya and Fukuoka. I'm not sure if those two, Nagoya and Fukuoka, are going to be regularly scheduled meetings yet, but just stay close to your power zone, stay close to your email and your leadership to hear where new meetings are going to arrive. But those are the 3 presentation methods that I want to make certain that you're using to explain the business to your prospect. Now remember, when you're sharing the business with the prospect, you do have to first give them a Gaia Shomen. That is a Japanese MLM law. Every multi-level marketing company has to disclose up front what business they're in, okay? The person has to disclose what business they're in, and you can do that through a Gaia Shomen. In the Gaia Shomen, it says that we're Ambit Energy, we're a network direct sales company or a network marketing company, and we're in the retail energy business of electricity, and it details everything about the company, the leadership, the owners. It talks about the compensation plan, the income opportunity and everything. So make certain that you disclose and provide a Gaia Showman to your new consultant. At the bottom of the Gaia Showman, you'll see a number, an ID number there. Every Gaia Showman has a unique ID number, so you want to make certain that you're giving each new prospect a unique identifier or a unique Gaia Showman to that prospect, okay, because there's no duplicates. Secondly, if you're providing a Gaia Showman to a prospect, on page 4, there's an area where you can input your information as the consultant. The reason for filling that information out, I think, is prudent, is because if you have Gaia Showmans that are floating out there that don't have your personal information in there, that prospect may not necessarily sign up in your business immediately, but maybe a month down the road or 5 months down the road, they may forget that you're the one who gave them the Gaia Showman, and they need that identification number to sign into the business. They may sign into somebody else's business, but if there's something within the Gaia Showman that they can flip to, which is on page 4, where it has your web handle, which is where they would go to enroll themselves, at least they have that information to guide them in the right direction so that they enroll themselves in the correct business. So make certain you fill out your Gaia Showman. I typically do it electronically on my computer through PDF. Through PDF Reader. I use the typewriter function so that I don't have to print the Gaia Showman all the time and write it out on paper. I just type it on my computer, and then I email the Gaia Showman to my prospects. So make sure you provide your Gaia Showman to your prospects, and you can send it to them at the same time that you're sending them to the webinar, the live meeting, or showing them the video. Okay? So after you've given the presentation to the prospect, you're now at the follow-up stage. Okay? You've invited them to take a look at the opportunity, which was a very brief invitation. You've given them the presentation. You've actually showed them the actual video. And then you're going to follow up with them. And you're going to follow up with them immediately. I don't want 2 days, 3 days, a week to go by before you follow up with that prospect. You've got to create some urgency, right? We're in this business to make some money, and we want to make the money yesterday. So create that urgency and confirm. When you're inviting the person to take a look and they say, yes, I'll look at your 7-minute video, then you're going to say, okay, great. If I were to send you the video right now, when will you take a look at it? And that person may say, well, I'll look at it at 6 o'clock tonight. Okay, great. If I call you tonight at 6:30, will you have looked at it for sure? And the person's going to say, well, yeah, because it's just 7 minutes, and I'm going to look 7 minutes. I'm going to look at it at 6. And you say, okay, great. I'll call you tonight at 6:30 since you will have looked at it for sure, right? You want to confirm the follow-up time that you're going to have with that prospect so that they know that this is serious and this is urgent for you, all right? Another way to do the follow-up process is to not have to set up a time at a later date at all. In fact, just stay on the phone with them while they watch the 7-minute video. It's very short, and this is actually the approach that I take. I very rarely send my link out, my website link out to anyone. If I have their undivided attention right then and there, the video is only 7 minutes long, and if they're interested in learning more, I'll show them the second 2 videos. Okay, it's a total of 20 minutes that I've had them on the phone. I want their answer right then and there, right? Because I'm trying to move on to the next person and find people that are interested in being customers and consultants. So my recommendation to you, if you can actually sit there with them at a coffee shop belly to belly, or if you can make a phone call and keep them on the line while they watch the video, this way you can get an answer, their yes, no, or maybe, as soon as they finish watching the video. The next step in our proven system is the validation 3-way call introduction. Basically what happens here is when you follow up with that prospect to find out if they watched the video, you're going to say that your mentor knows that they're watching the business on the video and they would love to meet the prospect, right? So you want to introduce every prospect that watches the video to a business partner or a leader in the business, okay? This is the validation to our proven system. Make certain, though, that you schedule that validation call in advance with the leader because we want to make certain that whoever you're using. If you're using me, I want to make certain that I'm available to you when you call. But make certain that you do that introduction and allow the leader to greet your prospect. Okay? Because lots of things could happen after that presentation is done. After they watch the video, they may have a whole bunch of questions, and you are not in a position to answer questions. In fact, even if you knew the answers to the questions, the proven system says don't answer your prospect's questions. Get somebody else on the phone who's an expert in the business to answer those questions. The point is not to demonstrate to your prospect how smart you are, right? The point is not to let them know that, you made a great decision in joining this business and you've got the answer to every question that they ask. No, what you want to demonstrate to the prospect is that we have a proven system of duplication that exists, and all they have to do is make a simple invitation, show a video, and get somebody else on the phone to answer questions. And if they could do that, then they can do this in their spare time and duplicate that. Okay, over and over and over again. So that's the proven system. I think this is the key to growing a very fast organization, is using your tools and doing that three-way call. Let the leader, when you get that three-way call leader on the phone, let the leader talk. Mute your phone. Just be quiet. There's no reason to talk at that point. In fact, when you do start to talk, you start to de-edify the leader. The prospect's going to wonder, well, what did you call this other person for if you're going to sit and answer all my questions? No, be quiet. Learn about the business. In fact, just go get a piece of paper and a pen and take notes. Take notes as the prospect is asking questions and you're hearing the answers to these questions, because the leader is going to talk about the credibility of the company, the great timing that Ambit Energy has here in Japan in our expansion, and we're going to talk about the power of the team. How we're all here and available to help the new prospect if the new prospect decides to join the business. Okay, so we're kind of going through a funnel here. If you see on the left side, all of the names are being put in at the large end. That's your written list going in, and it's working its way through the funnel. So we're going to ask for a decision after that three-way call. You're going to say, so Jessica, did that make sense to you? And then you're going to say, Jessica's going to say, yeah, because it does make sense, right? It makes sense. So Jessica's going to say, yeah, that makes sense. And you're going to say, okay, well, with you and I working together, do you see any reason why you couldn't get started today? You're asking for a decision. And in that question, you're letting her know that we're going to work together. You're not going to be in this by yourself. We'll do this together, okay? So as we're going through this funnel, everyone that you invite to take a look isn't going to look at the business. Everyone that you showed the tools to and you play the video for isn't necessarily going to finish the process. There are going to be some people that are going to watch it and watch the video. You're going to follow up with them, and they're nowhere to be found. So you're going to lose some people there. Everyone that you follow up with, you do that three-way call, they may not make it to the decision part of the process. So it's a funnel, right? Everyone goes into the funnel, and only a few people are going to come out. Some are going to say yes, and they're going to join you in business. Some are going to say maybe, they got to think about it, and some are just going to say no. The numbers are the numbers, okay? But this business makes sense. Let's just assume in Jessica's scenario, she says, yes, I want to join the business. Sign her up immediately, okay? Go to your personal website. Remember, it's yourhandle.myambit.jp, and take her through the simple consultant enrollment process. Provide the new MC with their consultant ID number, and then when that's done, help your new marketing consultant get Japan certified, okay? If the consultant has relationships in the United States, then you can also get them United States certified, okay? So make certain that happens as well. But mainly the most important thing is to get them Japan certified. And that's just going into the Power Zone back office. This is the new consultant's Power Zone back office, and having them go through the security questions as they log in for the first time, and allowing them to watch the videos, the same videos that you watched when you became Japan certified in the business. All right, so sit there with them. Make this a part of the enrollment process. And then after that, tell them to go get their electricity bill and help them enroll their first customer underneath themselves. Okay, that is all one process. I think we've got too many consultants that are joining the business and they're not getting Japan certified. They're not becoming their own first customer, and that should be a part of the entire enrollment process. Your enrollment with that new consultant is not complete until you get them Japan certified and you help them become their own first customer. Once they've done that, they know how to duplicate that. You've taken them through the invitation, the presentation, the validation, three-way call, and you ask them for a decision. You showed them their tools on how to enroll into the business. You've got them Japan certified. You've got them as their own first customer, so they know how to use their customer tools. So you've got them trained very well, okay, for duplication. So make certain you follow that process. And remember, your income is in direct proportion to how many times you and your team show the plan. So you got to be showing the plan, 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 showing the plan. And when you're finished doing that, show the plan, show the plan, show the plan, show the plan, show the plan some more. That's all we do in this business. It's the activity that pays us the money. Don't worry about who joins you, who says yes and who says no. Just keep showing the plan over and over and over again. And again, there's multiple ways that you can do that through video, webinar, or live meeting. All right? So follow that process, and I promise you, you will get paid, you and your team. Just teach that duplication. That proven system works. Memorize it, listen to this over and over again, and just repeat, 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 because then that is how you get promoted, okay? So let's talk about how you get promoted through our compensation plan, because of course we want to earn more money and more money and more money. That's why we're in this business. So there's 4 promotional levels in the business. There's RC, that's regional consultant, SC, senior consultant, EC, executive consultant, and NC, national consultant. Promotions qualify you for additional income, so you do want to rank up in the business as fast as possible, because that's where the additional income comes from. Okay, so learn what I'm about to teach you on how to go from one rank to the next, and because this is what's going to allow you to make more income and promote through our compensation plan, okay? So when you come into the business, you're considered an IC, an independent consultant, and the blueprint, the Ambit Energy system blueprint is called 526. This is what, if you satisfy what Ambit Energy calls 526, this is what will promote you through the compensation plan, okay? So 526 is what's going to promote you to regional consultant. Now let's talk about what the 5 means. Well, 5 is talking about customers you personally gather. So the first 3 customers that you enroll personally in your personal website is going to pay you 5,000 yen, okay? But what the requirement is to promote to the next level is, at minimum, you've got to enroll personally 5 customer accounts, okay? So gather 5 customer accounts, and you have satisfied that first customer requirement. Then you got to get 2 business partners, 2 consultants that are going to join your team in business and make money with you, and collectively, together, you're going to build a team of 6 consultants, okay? So 526, 5 personal customers that you're going to enroll in your personal website, 2 consultants, and a team of 6 consultants. That's 526. Amongst your team of 6, you must have an organizational customer count that equals 18 total customers, okay? So one of those consultants could bring in all 18 customers. Maybe out of the 6, each of them get 3 customers each. However those customers fall within that team of 6 is fine, so long as the total customer count equals 18. When that happens, you promote to the next level of leadership, which is called regional consultant. Okay, and Ambit even gives you a regional consultant pin. You'll see those pins around, people wearing them at the weekly meetings. And that's what we use to identify each other in our ranks that we're in. Okay, so you'll get a nice little pin lapel pin that you'll wear. And if you want to fast track to regional consultant, you can actually do that in less than 30 days. So really the goal is to promote to regional, particularly since it's open enrollment, is to do that, in a week. You can really get there really fast, okay? So you've achieved 526. You're now a regional consultant. Now you're making more money. Now remember, as a regional, when you're personally sponsoring a new consultant into the business, you're going to earn 5,000 yen, right? You're going to earn 5,000 yen that it's a matching team leadership a matching team leadership bonus. So you earn 5,000 yen when your new consultant that you bring in gets their first 3 customers, right? They get 5,000 yen and you get a matching 5,000 yen. But what happens as a regional consultant, you get an extra 2,500 yen on top of that. And anyone that comes into the business under that new consultant, and when they get their 3 customers, you're going to get a matching 25 yen every time that happens. Okay, we call those jumpstart bonuses. So what's happening here is whether you personally recruit a consultant or someone on your team, and your regional consultant team recruits a new consultant, and you help that new consultant get their first 3 customers, you're going to earn 2,500 yen every time that happens. In addition, you're now eligible for an extra 25 yen for every customer gathered in that organization. Every time a customer pays their bill, you get 25 yen on top of that. That's a part of your residual. So that's really great. And that you start to get that when you're a regional consultant. So let's talk about the promotion, because we're really talking about how you rank up to the next level. So as a regional consultant, you've achieved, as an IC, an independent consultant, you achieved 526, so now you're a regional. Now as a regional, if you're looking to promote to senior consultant, you need to achieve 10 to 18. And what does that look like? Well, it's 10 customers in total, right? So you're gathering 5 more customers than the 5 that you already had. So now you've got a total of 10 personal customers. Enroll or sponsor 2 new consultants, and now build a team of 18 consultants in your regional organization. That's what's going to promote you to senior. Now, the customer requirement here is you've got to have a total organizational customer count that equals 54 total customers. And that comes from the team of 18, okay? So those 54 customers can come from one of the 18 or 2 of the 18, or, maybe each consultant gets 3 customers each. That equals 18. 18 times 3 equals 54. So that's a way that you can do it, just as long as this total group of 18 gathers 54 customers, you'll promote to senior consultant. And guess what? You get another pin. You get a senior consultant pin. Again, another pin that you can wear on your lapel. And if you fast track and do that, I believe it's actually in 90 days or less, not 60. I think it's 90 days or less. You are considered a fast-track senior consultant. And what does senior consultant mean? It means just more money. Now you get an extra 6,500 yen in addition to 50 yen on every customer that's gathered in your senior consultant organization. Woohoo! More money, more money. All right. So now the new rank position that you'll be working toward is promoting from senior consultant to executive consultant. To get to executive consultant, which is the top of our compensation plan, you need a total of 15 customers, okay? You already have 10 customers. Now get 5 more customers to equal 15 customers. Now the game kind of changes. You're looking for leaders. You're looking for serious business builders. You now have to help 5 people promote to senior consultant. And you already know how to promote to senior consultant because you just did it, right? So teach 5 people to do exactly what you did. And when you do that, you promote to executive consultant, and you get a new pin. This time your pin has a little gem on it, and you also get a nice executive consultant ring that you get to wear as well. It looks kind of like a football, a football championship ring. So that's what you get as an executive consultant. If you fast track and get that done in 18 months or less, you're recognized for that, and that's amazing if you can do that. And in Japan, I think many of you are going to be able to promote in 6 months or less. Some of you are going to promote to executive within the next 2 months during open enrollment. So it's a really great opportunity to build a business really fast. And as an executive consultant, it's just more money. Remember, you're getting the matching bonus, right? The matching 5,000 yen, but you also get an extra 10,500 yen on top of that. And every new consultant that comes into your executive organization, when they trigger their first Jumpstart bonus, you get that 10,500 yen. And then every customer that comes in that organization, you get an extra 75 yen on top of the residual payout that you guys saw in the business plan. That's a lot of money. But it doesn't stop there. As an executive consultant, your goal should be to rank up to national consultant. This is the very top of our compensation plan. To get to national consultant, you need to help 5 executive consultants promote, okay? This can be done. I've done it, and many others have done it. I think Ambit Energy has about 400 executives in the company. You just got to help people follow this duplicatable system. And now you need a total of, a total of 20 customers personally. So remember, in the compensation plan and the business plan, it says you don't need any more than 20 customers total in your career, right? You don't necessarily have to get them up front, although we want you to get them up front because it's all about speed in this business. Not strategy, speed. We want you to get all your customers up front, but the system does allow you to either maintain the 20 customers you gathered on day one or gather those 20 customers over time as a minimum requirement to promote to national consultant once you have 5 executives in your executive organization. All right, that's the top of the compensation plan, and look at that. You get an upgrade in a ring. You now get a gold championship ring that says NC on the side with diamonds on it, and you get a new national consultant pin. Congratulations, you've reached the top rank, making top rank money. So on top of the matching 5,000 yen bonus, you also get the 12,000 yen additional bonus. Basically, it's just a bonus every time a new consultant comes into your business and you help them get 3 customers. You earn that as well as an additional 100 yen customer bonus on every customer gathered within that national consultant organization. Woohoo! Oh, guys, it's so much money to be made in this business. This is not a compensation training. It's a training on how to get started in the business, how to get paid, how to get your team paid, and how to get promoted. That's all we're talking about today. So I'm not going to, dig deep into the compensation plan. We'll save that for another training. But I wanted to welcome everyone to the team. I'm so excited to be here in Japan and to help everyone get a really strong start to the business. And I can't say this enough. You got to, when you join the business, you've got to get plugged in and stay plugged in. Ambit is doing a wonderful job putting together executive corporate level meetings all over the country. Attend those meetings. Okay, they spend a lot of money for the rooms, and it's just such a great environment. And our co-founder is doing all the presentations. He's there every single meeting. They've just been really good meetings and really good exposure opportunities for your prospects. So make certain you're attending the weekly meeting every single week. Yes, every single week you should be there, and you should be bringing guests. And even if you don't have a guest or a prospect to bring with you, that's okay. You need to be there. That's where the energy is. That's where the rest of your team is. That's where you go to create the family, the Team Jedi's family, okay? And have a meeting after the meeting. After the meeting, go have some coffee. Go get something to eat. That's where a lot of the training and really the relationship building and the networking takes place is the meeting after the meeting, okay? So make certain you attend those weekly meetings. I cannot say that enough. It's so important. And bring your entire team to the meeting. Bring everybody, not just you. Bring everybody. Promote the meeting, okay? Be a meeting promoter. Additionally, I want you to stay plugged in with these webinars. I'm going to continue to do these webinars over and over and over again. At some point, I am going to be leaving Japan because my family, I left them in Chicago. So I got to go back home and kiss the babies and kiss my husband. But I'll be back. But I'm going to be doing webinars on a regular basis. Plug yourself into these webinars. There'll be business opportunity, presentations, compensation training, trainings on how to get started. Stay plugged into the webinars, okay? And bring your team to the webinars. Everybody should be on the webinar because this is how you learn the business. It's through repetition. You're going to hear me train on this over and over and over again, and you're going to be in a different place in your business when you listen to it the first time to when you listen to it the 7th time, okay? So you're going to keep learning every time you hear it over and over again, all right? So don't think you've heard like it's old shoe, like you've heard it and you think you know it. No, you don't know it. Keep listening to it over and over and over again. Stay plugged in. Corporate events. Ambit's going to have a bunch of them. They've already had a training in Tokyo that many of you were at. They are going to have an Osaka training next week. So you want to make certain that if you have team members that are in Osaka, there's going to be a consultant training for that. I believe that's on the 18th. And there's going to be a registration link out that you can register yourself. But make sure you register and you attend these corporate-sponsored big events. They're a big deal. The one you're looking at on the screen right now is Ambition. That's the annual event that happens in Dallas, Texas every year. It's going to be a bit expensive to travel from Japan to go there. If you're the most ambitious, start saving your money now and get registered to come to Dallas. We'll be happy to see you and hang out with you there. There's going to be a lot of inspiration, training, networking, pretty much, we're talking 15,000 or more people gathered at the American Airlines Center where the Dallas Mavericks basketball team plays. It's a huge place, and we fill it, and we have a good time. So if you're able to make it to the United States for this event, do that. But if you're not able to financially pull it off, then there's going to be some regional trainings and some local things that are happening here. Make certain that you're plugging into that, okay? And again, bring your team to the corporate events. I can't emphasize this enough. Bring your team to the webinars, bring your team to the corporate events, bring your team to the weekly meetings, get them plugged in. And then, of course, the social media sites, what we've established for this team. We want to stay connected with you. We want to help you if you're struggling, if you've got questions, if you just want to say hi, if you just want to hang out. Hey, guys, we've got a network that already exists. I've been in the business for 5 years. We've built the organization to several thousand. So we're out here, ready to help, eager to help, excited to be your new friend and your new business partner. So come look for us on Facebook. We've got a group established called Team Jedi's Japan. Go ahead and look us up on Facebook and join that group. A lot of announcements happen there and trainings. We've got a Line app group established called Team Jedi's Ambit. Make certain that you look for that. You may have to be invited in, so you can send me a note on Facebook or through Line to make certain that you've been added to that group. But that's how we are staying in contact with each other, okay? So we've reached the end of our training. Like I said, welcome to Team Jedi's. I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited that you made the decision to build an Ambit Energy business. I look forward to meeting you and helping you grow and go all the way to the top together. That's the next step. Let's grow and go together all the way to the top. Thank you so much for listening. Again, I'm Executive Consultant Sherelle Slace, and let's get this done.